My name's Michelle Grosvenor and I'm a psychologist at the Associated Psychology Practice. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some tips to help you cope with HSC stress. My number one tip is to remember that your HSC mark, your HSC score, is a mark that reflects your academic achievement, not your worth as a person. So please don't reduce your worth as a person to a number on a piece of paper. You are worth so much more than that. It's really important with managing HSC stress to keep the importance of the HSC in perspective. So whilst it is a very important academic event, it doesn't determine the whole course of your life. Yes, it can affect it, but it doesn't determine it. And to remember that for most of us, we want to be remembered as people for far more than a mark. So I'd like you to take a moment to think about how you would like your friends and family members to describe you at a party to celebrate a significant life event, be it a birthday in 5 or 10 years' time, your wedding, retirement, your 70th birthday party, or eventually your funeral. For most of us, our HSC score is not going to come up as one of the things we want to be remembered by. Most people prefer to be remembered in terms of their qualities, their humour, their warmth, what kind of person they are. So whenever you're looking at the HSC, remember it's one chapter in your story, not the whole story. From a day-to-day managing stress perspective, I'd really encourage you in the lead up to the HSC to spend at least 10 to 20 minutes a day doing some form of exercise. So exercise has been found to improve our mental alertness, our concentration and our performance on academic tasks. It's also important to get adequate sleep and to make sure that you're eating foods that fuel your body properly. Some great foods to eat include things like avocados, nuts, bananas, those kind of foods. The other thing that's really important is your mindset. So if you start to predict failure, if you start to say, I can't cope, that's going to have an impact on how you manage your stress in the lead up to the HSC. So for example, rather than saying I'm going to fail, it would probably be more helpful to say I'm finding this challenging, but I'm going to get through it. Or rather than saying I'm terrible at maths, I don't have a chance of making it through, to say I find maths difficult, but I'm doing my best to understand it. So these kind of, mindset things are really important. My final tip that I would have would be to focus on your breathing. A really simple breathing exercise that you can do to manage stress in the lead up to the HSC is to gently breathe in and out through your nose to the count of 3 seconds. So it's not a deep kind of breath, it's more a gentle inhale and exhale. And what that does is that by repeating that in through your nose for 3 seconds and out through your nose for 3 seconds, for 2 to 3 minutes, it actually helps to calm your mind and your body, which will help you to be able to answer your questions most effectively. So I wish you the very best in your upcoming exams, but more importantly, in your life as a whole. Thanks for tuning in today.